Hello, everybody. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Somebody say something in the comments so I know you guys are able to see me. Hello? Am I good? Sorry, it's the first time I've ever like really streamed like live before. So okay. Also, I see all of you guys are here. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know for some of you it's like really early, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to be here and to just hear what my big old message is and surprise and all that. Hello, everybody. So okay, so I mean, I actually have a couple different things I want to talk about. But basically, you know, I'd say about August of 2019, I started to film, my documentary, and I started to basically um, follow around several different idols. Um, many of the idol groups, they were extremely kind, and they were nice, and they allowed me into their life, and just really overall gave me unprecedented access, like something that a lot of people have never, I don't think, ever really quite seen. I mean, I know like Whack has put out like stuff like with idols, but it did like watching that. It's almost like it's not really what I did is almost completely different. In the sense that like I made a documentary to. Oh, hi Peter. I didn't think you'd make it because I know it's like 5 in the morning for you. Thank you. And hi everybody else. No, like basically, how do I put it? I wanted to answer the question like, why do girls in Japan become idols? That was initially what I set out to do. What I ended up doing instead was covering. Well, let me just put it this way: 8 terabytes of footage I recorded from August of 2019 until about January of 2020. I got so much amazing footage and so many people um like backing this and got into this that it got to be very difficult to figure out where the point and idea of the documentary was supposed to go. And so it took a while, but eventually kind of had one of those like epiphany moments where it was like, aha, light bulb. And then the documentary became something more or less where it was me answering the question like, why did the girls that I followed become Japanese idols, but also why do we do what we do? And basically, what is this thing that we're doing? And I try to tell the story of the idol world from my side because it's really the only side that I know. And so initially, also prior to that, like the documentary was supposed to be really it was supposed to be meant to kind of give a certain groups that like I was really close to at the time, like a lot of a platform to really be out there. Since the documentary was done, I parted ways with certain groups, and also certain groups disbanded or they broke up or they reformed. For example, in my documentary, there are several groups that are in it. I'm gonna announce who right now, and then I'm gonna give you guys the message here. But it's I'm trying to build up to all this. I'm sorry. It's just again, it's the first time I've ever really done this. Anyways, the groups like I had were just all over the map. For example, one of the groups that I had put in there a little bit was Melon Batsuka Go Go. I actually was I did a big interview with them, and then I was on stage during Yuffie Seitansai show last year. It's probably the best thing I'd filmed for the entire doc, and I couldn't use it because what's her name graduated, Ruka Rukintama. So because of that, different things like that happen. Like I had Squall in the doc, obviously that didn't have anymore. Zombie Powder I had, but they changed members so many times. Like I was just like, it's just really, what story can I tell there? So eventually, this all got narrowed, and whittled down. And so my big announcement is this: I'm done. It's pretty much 99.9% done. I'm going to announce to you guys the title of the documentary. I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it's a huge thing for me. Yes, I know. I really wanted Squall to, Eric. Trust me. I'm very close with them. The girls in Squall are absolutely hysterical, but it just, it just couldn't work. Anyways, getting back to what I'm saying, like, I basically I have the title to doc. That alone took me probably 5 months to figure out, and I have the format, which at this point it's looking to be about 7 episodes. It's going to be probably about 14 hours long over. So each episode hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm going to release it as a docu series. And the docu series is going to be distributed. At this point, right now, what I have in line is Amazon and Amazon Prime. Idle Underworld, of course. I'm going to have that available there, both streaming as well as you can buy physical copies. But I had my mind and heart a little bit set for bigger fish, I guess. I'm not that Amazon isn't big, but their bar to entry isn't that hard either in terms of getting the documentary placed. And that's sort of like the long game for me. Getting it on Amazon Prime, for example, the money I'm going to make is not going to be a whole lot, but it's going to be something where over time it'll be a nice income. Not that I even care. Like, honestly, I did not do this for money. You guys, those of you that are in the chat and know me, know that's not my motivation for any of this. My motivation was to tell the story of the girls and the producers and the staff and even the fans that I'm around every single day, which I think I did. I just let my camera film. I wasn't trying to judge or make any type of left or right side statement about what I do. So, in terms of what else I'm looking at, of course, there's Netflix. I know it's going to sound crazy, but I'm not even sure Netflix is the best home for this. I don't want my documentary to be some buried documentary nobody sees because Netflix's search algorithm is a bit wonky. That's not to say they won't do a good job of it. Obviously, they have so many people that watch Netflix. I would be honored to be on there, but I'm I'd have to talk to them a little bit about that. And then also too, it's like just even getting in with Netflix is really difficult. But I am looking into some very 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 large platforms at this point, and I'm getting there. I'm almost there. And sorry, my phone is always forever ringing. Um, so yeah, that's on the horizon. But for now, the documentary is going to be coming out. That's another thing I want to announce. My schedule is probably October 30th. October 31st is where I'm kind of hoping to look at the release. I don't want it to be any later than that. I don't see why it would be if my editor gets the parts he needs done. This is going to be coming out very soon. But I'll go through everything I'm going to be offering, and I'll get into that here in a moment. But officially, the documentary is going to be called Dun, da, da, da. I'll give you the English version, and then I'll give you the Japanese version. Okay, so the documentary is going to be called "The Flowers of Passion: Stories from the Underground Japanese Idol Scene." So there you go. The Flowers of Passion, stories from the underground Japanese idol scene. And that is the official title. Again, I wasn't quite sure what to say, but the thing about with idols is they're very transient, meaning, idols are here today, gone today. That's actually a quote I created. Um, I had a big discussion a long time ago with somebody who I respected very much, who's been in the idol industry a long time, and he was also the one that gave me that idea because we were talking about, like, for example, in this particular discussion, we were talking about Balring Shodo Girl's Heart and Betterhoff, and like how that was just such an epic group that like was a once in a lifetime sort of group that you like we're never gonna see again because they were just at the right time, the right place, but also their members were just so larger than life. At the time, I'm not sure the fans that were following them thought that. I don't know because I wasn't there. The person I talked to was there, and he said, I mean, it was like every show was so passionate and crazy, and it was this new world that they were discovering, and so it's all gone now. Like in that sense, like all the members have gone and done different things, and that's just how idol is. You can be so attached to an idol, and then boom, they're gone. They're gone. They just disappear from the world. That happened to me last year. Now, I mean, as a staff person, I can't really pick favorites, but I'm kind of a fan at heart, so I don't really care about that rule. I do sort of have certain idols that I really adore and enjoy. One of the idols that I've been extremely close to in terms of following her career and just being a real big fan of hers is No Namura, who's now Nayuta Aku. No Namura was her name when she was in Kakuryou Terra Architect. Now she's in Friends with Benny from Abandon. And Benny and Nayuta used to be in Abandon like years and years ago, actually, along with Miku from Nanomortal. For those of you who want a little bit of history there with your idol. Anyways, and I used to follow Nonamura, or I'll just say Aku. I used to follow Aku endlessly. And then, sorry. And then, like, I was following her, and basically, how do I put it? uh, she had a situation last year where some stuff happened. I don't want to get into it or anything, but she disappeared from Idol. She's gone. Like nobody saw her. I mean, I don't even think Kodo Momento could reach her. She was just she vanished, and then kind of made a post like, "Yeah, I'm gone. See ya." And then basically, traveled the world, did all kinds of various things, and then she finally came back this year and started up her Idol activities again. Which was like the greatest thing in the world because it's so rare that that happens. Like an idol drops off the map and then they actually come back. But normally they're gone, or they'll get reshuffled into another group. I mean, the idol of like the hockey world. I mean, in terms of like who goes in and who goes out. So, anyways, my documentary captures that because so many of the groups that I work with, I show the transitions. Some of them are leaving and things like that, and I wanted to start there because I think as somebody who's getting into Idol for the very first time, that's going to be the very first moment of pain you'll feel as an Idol fan when you lose your Oshi, when you lose the girl that you really supported. But that's all part of the Idol process, and from there, I just lay out the entire world of Idol to the best of my ability, including giving you a little bit of history, not going in too much, but showing you some basics. So, anyways, the title once again is "The Flowers of Passion," stories from the underground Japanese underground idol scene. The actual Japanese is a little bit different. It's Jonetsu no Hana. Jonetsu no Hana is, the flower of passion, or you could say flowers of passion. Hanatachi is actually probably the more appropriate way to say flowers in the plural, but I thought Hana is better. So Jonetsu no Hana, Nihon no Chika Idoru Shin kara umarareru monogatari. So that is more a story born from the Japanese underground idol scene. I thought it sounded a little more cooler. So it's going to have a slightly different change in the Japanese. So the Japanese, once again, is Jonetsu no Hana Nihon no Chika Idoru Shin kara umarareru monogatari, which I probably botched with my pronunciation because I'm terrible, but there you go. Oh, thank you guys. I'm just reading the comments now. Yeah, so the title is done. Now, this is where it gets better for you guys. This is going to be the release schedule again, unless something changes and I get a call from Netflix and they're like, "Yo, we're going to buy your doc for X amount," and but we have to only be the ones doing it. Not going to happen because Netflix doesn't call anybody and they have their own documentary in-house staff, so that's probably not going to happen. But I'm just saying, if barring a miracle like that, and I don't even know if that'd be a miracle because I actually kind of want to do what I'm about to tell you. I am going full otaku mode with the release of this, meaning basically my plan for this is that I'm going to have different tiers of purchasing that you're going to be able to do straight from Idol Underworld. And for the Japanese fans, I think we're going to do it in conjunction with Mary Bad site because Kenji, who's my dear friend and who's the manager of Mary Bad, he's really good about managing stuff for the Japanese side for otaku. And Idol Underworld is not quite set up yet for the Japanese fans because a lot of Japanese people, they don't use PayPal, and I'm a big PayPal person, and I don't really want the credit card stuff yet on the site where you can just use direct. I mean, I do, but it's so much work. So for now on Idol Underworld, what's going to happen is we are going to have different tiers that you can purchase, and it's going to be a lot because just in a sense of clear transparency here, and this is why I'm offering so much, is I have a certain financial bar that I need to hit. Basically, I need to get no less than $23,000. That's what I owe my editor. That's what I owe certain other people that have helped me with this. If I don't get that, like basically, like I'm gonna be in a financial position where it's gonna be extremely difficult to come back from because that's what I'm in the hole for. Now the thing is, my editor, he's a unicorn. He agreed to defer payment for this entire time we've been working on. We've been working on it since April in terms of editing, hard editing since April, and he agreed to defer all of that in all of the money he's owed until this comes out because he trusts me, he believes in me, and I'm lucky to have him. The flip side of that is that he's also taking on like 400 other jobs, which means he kind of works on this now when he can, which is why it's been taking so long to come out. Because to be honest, had he not done that, this would have been done in July. But that's just that's what happens when you're one person trying to do it all and you don't have a big studio with millions of dollars to hire 25 editors to do this for you. It's just been me and him. And to be honest, considering it's just me and him, we got a lot accomplished, just the two of us. So once he's done with everything, and like I said, what I'm trying to do to reach that minimal amount is I'm going to be offering up these various items, and I promise I'm getting to it. My secondary goal is about 32,000, 33,000, because with that amount, I can actually give everybody that I worked with in this, like all the idols, some money. I would love to be able to hand the money, like, yo, thank you for your time, because none of them have asked me for anything. Not a single person in this documentary has asked me to be paid, and that's amazing considering who. Wait till I tell you who's in it. That's incredible, but I don't feel right about that. If I make even a dime off this, I want to give back to the idols because again, this is not a for-profit thing. This is strictly to get out their stories. Now, what happens from this hopefully will benefit me financially in the sense of like it'll bring more people into the idol world, who hence the foreign fans will get into buying more stuff from Idol Underworld and also maybe supporting what I'm doing, and who knows where this will go. But that being said, I also have a super dream goal. Some of you guys were saying stuff about a tour. Actually, kind of have sort of a mini announcement about that. If I reach like mega ultra super goal, which is about $122,000, I know that sounds like a lot, but this is a movie release, so it's not like I'm offering you up some limited edition CDs here. Like this could have the potential to reach that because it's I've seen documentaries self-produced and released by people much in a much less populated position as I am with being in the Idol world, and they've reached $500,000 doing what I'm about to do. Like I'm actually modeling what I'm doing based off a lot of the campaigns I've researched over the summer of these type of people. But if I get that amount, I will be taking several idol groups overseas for a Matsuri. It's going to be probably in Europe. Right now, I'm looking at Germany or the Netherlands. I haven't decided which one. I haven't even looked into it because, again, with COVID, I don't even want to, like, kind of. I want to start thinking about it now, but the thing is, I already have groups signed on that want to do it. I don't want to say who because I don't want you guys like slamming them and be like, yo, you guys are coming, we can't wait. But I will say this: some of the groups that are scheduled to perform, I work with all the time. They are some of the largest groups like in the underground Tokyo Idol scene today in terms of who the foreign fans like. I pretty much can get, I think, whoever I want to come because I feel like I've done a good job keeping those relationships. But it'll be 2 days. It'll be like a Saturday and a Sunday. I'm gonna do like 2 shows. It'll be a lot of like personal connections, stuff like that. I'm looking at bringing about 7 groups. So with 100 something, 20 something $1,000, I can do that. I can pretty much pay for all those plane tickets. I can pay for all the hotel rooms, and I don't have to ask you guys to buy anything in that sense. Like really, I break even and I can make that tour. So that is my dream goal, is to get that amount, and then I can make that tour happen. Now, here's the thing: I'm gonna make that happen probably regardless if I get that amount or not. It's just I'll have to do something else to get the money for it. But I got a whole year to worry about that, so I'm not worrying. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a lot, but Germany and the Netherlands on the Necroma tour last summer were incredibly responsive to what we did there, and I mean everybody was on that tour. The whole tour was unbelievable. So I can't even say one group country's better than the other. But my particular feeling was like in those 2 areas is really centralized, where like if you're from France or other parts, like it's not going to be that hard to get to. Now, my European peeps over there, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that would be a good place. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I I'm thinking about it, but yeah, I just officially like 2 days ago got a group to say they would headline it. If they come, you guys are all going to be loving it. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. As for me, um, I want to work with groups that I have a very, very close relationship with, and that it's easy for me and people I work with daily here. So like, like Mary Baden, Aphrodite, Momo, of course, like I want to bring them. So you can pretty much expect to see those three for sure. But the other ones are going to be amazing. Oh, and Odoro. Odoro really wants to go overseas too, and they've really expressed that desire with me. And I'm on very, 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 very good terms with Odoro and their managers. It's two girls actually, which is very, very rare in Idol to have two female staff as your manager. So yeah, so I mean you can pretty much expect them. But the other ones are going to be interesting, and I don't want to announce it because they're crazy. Anyways, getting back to what I'm saying. So the idols that are going to be in this, right now, 100% my doc. Of course, Mary Baden is the center. Chihiro, I focus really on Chihiro for the doc, so there's going to be a lot of her in this documentary. Abandoned, before they broke up, the Abandoned girls were so kind to me, and they let me into their lives so much. I didn't interview them though, but I interviewed Benny from Abandoned because initially I was focusing only on certain girls in certain groups. So my documentary kind of takes point with girls in the groups as opposed to the entire group. So Abandon is going to be in the documentary quite a bit. Even though they're not around anymore, their story's still relevant, and it kind of goes to what I was saying about how idols are like here today, gone today. Their story is perfect for that. I mean, Benny's still here, but I focus a lot on Benny and her life. Benny is an extraordinary idol. Who, she's kind of like an idol entrepreneur. Like, I mean, she's like this business girl who like she's in like several different groups. She does her own thing. Benny just was like, here, Derek, follow me around. I don't care. So like, I mean, just one of the episodes, like I follow her around all day for like, I think 9 hours, 10 hours I was with her. And this girl in just one day blew me away. I used up every inch of my camera's footage space to show you what she does every single day. And that's pretty amazing. So I got her. I have Mary Baden, of course. I have endless stuff from Mary Baden. You're really gonna get to know them, particularly Chihiro though, because it's focused on her. Her story is central because she gave me the most of herself in this doc in terms of like really being private. I had an issue with privacy with this because a lot of the girls, again, this is last year. I've made huge strides this last year in terms of my closest to these girls, in terms of who they are and what I'm doing with them. I think had I filmed the documentary now, I'd have a much more intimate documentary even than what I did. But um, a lot of the girls were like, well, yeah, you can film us and we can answer your questions. But a lot of them had up that idol wall, and you'll see that. But I was cool with that because that's also part of idol. Like I was not trying to manipulate what was being shown. I could have. I decided not to. I think documentaries should be at best neutral, and I think they should just, the camera gets what the camera gets, which is another reason why, like, for example, in my documentary, you're going to see I was on stage with the girls almost 99% of the time. My camera is like right there in their faces. Like you can see the sweat pores on their face because I wanted you to feel like you're right there with them. And to my surprise and credit, I was allowed on stage for almost all of these groups. And that's, again, rarity. They don't allow anybody on that stage. So I felt very humbled and honored. And also the fans, they were so kind to me to let me show them, because in Japan you don't show fans. Like it's kind of a thing here. In Japan, Japanese really, really, really love their anonymity. Especially some of these guys who come to these shows, they may not want their wives to see that they're there, like, well, that's joking aside, but like it's kind of a real thing. So these girls and their fans just, again, unprecedented access. I have checky sessions with these girls, like with Chihiro and her fans, for example, where my camera's right there. You are in the checky session with the girl, doing it with the fan, like talking to them and signing and everything. And again, that's never really been shown on this kind of level, like I'm going to show you. So I have Mary Beth in that sense because Chihiro really opened up her entire life to me and basically was like, I'm going to tell you exactly who I am, and this is what I'm trying to do. And her story is very prototypical of the idol experience overall for many idols. So I have her, I have Vanden and Benny. Kiss Hug is in this. Kiss Hug was very, very, very kind to me. They gave me a lot of access, but particularly Moe. I focus on Moe because Moe is an idol otaku, and she loves idol, and she's an idol, and her story is really fascinating. I don't want to get into it, but like when you watch the documentary, you'll see like she's had quite an uphill battle to become an idol, and when she became an idol, now she's amazing. She's an icon at this point, in my opinion. So she's in it. I also did a few other things with Kiss Hug. I don't want to get into. They're kind of a surprise. But Kiss Hug was very cool to me and just opened up everything to me. Their producer Oshima-san, he plays like standing upright bass, and he's just this like really cool prog rock loving dude who made Kiss this idol group that is like completely unique in the idol world. There's nobody like them. So I have them. Sakasama, I have Sakasama will be in this. In particular, Mizuho. I follow Mizuho a lot, and having her in the stock really put the stamp of like, how do I put it? The stamp of approval on the stock. I can't begin to tell you how incredibly happy I am that Mizuho opened up herself to me, and Sakasama did as well. Trash Up Records, who handles Sakasama, they've been extremely supportive of this documentary. They've signed off on it. And by extension, I want to get into the history of like Belderha, Beldering Shoujo Girls Hearts. So I also got somebody else to be part of that. I don't want to say who. You guys are going to like that one when you find out who that is. But yeah, so there she's in it, and then I also have Lily Kawona. Lily Kawona, I've been close with Nishima-san, like their producer, forever. I think Koyuki, one of the members of Lily Kawona, has one of the best voices in Idol, maybe the third best voice in the entire Idol industry. That girl can sing her ass off, and you can't touch her. So yeah, I'm happy Sakasama's in the doc too. Trust me, it's a huge honor to work with them, and especially because they're sweethearts. And Mizuho is completely insane and funny, and they're just great. And I have a very touching part with them in that doc. The doc, you guys are gonna love it. But yeah, getting back to what I'm saying, getting getting all these idols in it, that was kind of a process, but everybody so far, like I said, they've been all on board. In addition to Lily Kawona, like they really allowed me to show you the experience, first of all, of what it's like to make a song. So I actually focus more on Nishima-san because he's a producer. He produces a lot of songs for a lot of idols. There's a lot of groups you guys probably listen to that he's made their songs. You guys have no clue because he's kind of like a shadow producer for some of them. Like he does a lot of stuff for different groups. But Lily Kaona is his main thing. He created a whole genre of music, the organica electronica sound, through Lily Kaona. And I actually show you how he makes a song, including showing you like the process of writing the lyrics, how the recording goes, everything. You're gonna see all that, and you're gonna see what it's like to actually have a one man live from morning to night from the production side of what goes into that. I mean, 9 in the morning, I'm there with Lily Kona, I can barely see straight, and like those girls are reared to go, and they're practicing for hours, and the stage getting set up, and you're gonna see all of that all the way to the end. And so I have that too. In addition to that, I have Nanamoral. Nanamoral, Miku, and Pacelli are very close to my heart, and I love them so much. Miku, there's no way you cannot watch Miku and not be happy. She has the best smile in all of Idol, hands down, and it's infectious. I'm just gonna tell you this one part because I'm so excited for you guys to see this. But there's one part because I filmed Nanamoral a lot, and there's a part in one of their songs where if you watch Nanamoral live, there's this one song where Miku runs to the front of the stage. She's in the back. She'll run to the front of the stage. Right as it's like in a catch up part where the music comes out and then it comes back in. It's real heavy, and she starts jumping, and she jumps. I think I counted once like 24, 25 times in a row. Like yeah, just think about that for a moment. Try doing that in your room. Just try jumping 24 times in a row as high as you can. And I got that. I got that moment. It's probably one of my favorite moments of the whole doc because I here's me like I'm filming and I like tears in my eyes. And I'm like, oh my god, like this is why I do this. This is why like I'm in this world. And I got that moment for you guys to see. And when you see it, your hearts are going to freaking explode because that's never been seen before in the way I'm going to show you. And also, they deserve to be on this. And they're so excited about this coming out. Now, I do have one more group. I'm not sure if it's okay to announce because, to be honest with you, I started out with them, and I haven't talked to them for like 6 months, 7 months. I don't see why it would be an issue. Like they're real cool, but right now, tentatively, to be honest, with you, I just got to message them. I just got to talk to them. I just haven't been able to because of COVID. COVID wrecked all of this for me because like there was no issue until COVID hit. But the last group is basically Birth Girl or Bakura Tsuyoshi. Or actually, no, not the last, but I'll get into the last other. How could I forget her? But Bakura Tsuyoshi really gave me a lot, I mean, unprecedented access into their lives. They were losing Ray at the time, so I got Ray's final show, and I also got Knuckle Chihuahua. They were kind enough to let me film them, so you're going to see Knuckle Chihuahua. I got all of that, so that's all going to hopefully be in the dog again. I just got to say, yo, is it cool? I don't see why it wouldn't be, but because they agreed to do it. But yeah, so I'm going to be talking to them. So and the last idol, I'm sorry because I have so many in this. The last is of course Hanako-san. I've been very very close with Hanako, and Hanako really let me into her life. And Neutrino, yeah, maybe you just tune in early, but it's October 30th. Next month is where I'm trying to have as the release date. So yeah, definitely this year, 100% this year, 100%. The idols would kill me if I didn't put this out because they've been asking me every day, every time I see them, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? So yeah, sorry. Yeah, Hanako and me have this very crazy relationship where we're basically like I've known her for 5 years, and as a fan primarily, but we've been working together closely. I mean, she did East Meets West. She went over to Europe, with my friend Chris, who's also in the doc. Chris from Orion UK makes an appearance, and he does quite a good job. Um, like I I really wanted to present her life, but like in a way that was really showing you who she is. So Hanako got real honest in this doc, and I mean super honest about herself. So not only did I show that, but I show you the live. Now Hanako doesn't let anybody see the live, but she gave me very, very, very special permission to show you an actual live of hers. So you're gonna see basically a lot of the highlights, including when she's throwing food. I had the fans allowed me to film them being completely destroyed by her with food and everything, and she destroyed me too. Hanako gets real crazy live. So like I was actually filming her, and at one point she takes juice and just spits it all in my camera, and I thought my camera was broke, but thankfully my camera didn't break. But I got that. I didn't budge. I didn't go, oh my god. I literally just stood there like a stone. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, I'm screwed. There goes my camera. But thankfully it wasn't. But I got that. So it was actually footage that I want to say Japan TV, I think NHK asked me for because they did a little special on Hanako because she went on to Japan television this year. I think on Arioshi's program with like Sashi Haruno and stuff, and they used my footage, which was great. But that footage from them is it's actually they took from my talk. So but you're gonna see the whole story. They only use like 2 seconds of it. So she's in this too. I'm not kidding when I tell you that's the tip of the iceberg. There's still so much more I'm not even getting into. But basically, yeah, I think everything's going good. Peter, to answer to what you said, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm right now. It's like 90%. I just haven't talked to them yet. That's my fault. But everything's edited. Everything's done with them. I literally just got to get Burst Girl's approval. But I don't see why they would say no. I'm really close to them. They were the reason I became an Idol fan back when they were doing an Guso drop. And yeah, Waka is very rare, Eric. She was actually my second person I used to do Checky with when I used to go see her in Guso. Me and Waka used to talk all the time about like our tattoos and horror movies and all that. But Waka's not in this because she came a little prior to, she came after my documentary was filmed. I filmed Bakuretsu basically for the summer last year, and that was about it. And then sort of tapered off because they're so busy. They have so many things, and they very much like controlling their own destiny and what they put out. And I really respect that. But there's no issue. I just have to talk to them. So it's just again because COVID really messed up my doc in terms of the timeline, in terms of getting this done, in terms of getting access. I also have a few other special surprise appearances, a little special things coming up from other idols. There's actually there's one other idol, another idol group that's in it. I don't want to say who. It's kind of a surprise, but they're going to show up too, and a couple other different people. So this is a massive undertaking in my life. Eventually, what was 8 terabytes of footage um, became 6 terabytes that I condensed even more further to I'd say about 14 hours. still getting the final cut putting together. I mean, that's all going to get done in the next couple weeks. But yeah, so there you go. In terms of what I'm going to offer, the reason why I told you all that is to tell you I'm going to start with you're going to be able to get DVD copies, unsigned and signed by the idols of your choice. I'm going to have 6 different covers for the documentary, and so you can collect all 6 and get all 6 signed by the different idols that are going to be on it. I will be announcing that soon. I'm also going to be putting out the trailer for the documentary probably next week. So that'll be another announcement where I'll put the trailer out and then we can talk about it. I'm going to start really doing a lot of this, eventually. But the trailer will be coming out very, very, very soon. Probably, like I said, next week. I plan on releasing it. So I got to talk to First Girl. Once I get them to be like, okay, then I can release the trailer because they're quite a bit in the trailer at this point. And just, anyways, so you're going to have signed and unsigned copies of the DVD. And keep in mind, these are DVD sets. This isn't one DVD. You're getting like a 7 DVD package. So don't expect it to be $20. Like, it's going to be expensive. But on the flip side, keep in mind, I'm sharing every one of these tiers. The idols are getting a cut of it. So keep that in mind too. Not all of this is going to me. So after, I paid my expenses for making this huge set and I give the idols some, I get a little something. So just please understand that. So there's going to be signed and unsigned copies. You're going to be able to have a thank you in the doc. There'll be a tier for that where if you just want me to thank you in the actual credits, you can pay for that. There'll be a couple executive producer spots in it where if you want your name in front on the doc, like executive produced by, you can buy that. That's kind of an important thing because keep in mind, when I'm dead, when you're dead, this doc will be here forever. Like, media footage lives forever. So you want your name immortalized as part of Idol, I'm going to give you that chance to do that via my documentary. You can get an executive producer credit. In addition to that, I'm going to have posters, signed and unsigned, in 6 different kinds because 6 different idols will be, you can get their signatures. So again, very otaku, very collector edition. I'm going to do. In addition to that, as of this point right now, I'm planning on doing a live stream where you can actually sit down with me and one of the idols and watch one of the episodes with the idol. That's going to be a very special thing. I have a couple that already said they'll do it. Like, they're happy to sit down and talk to all of you. I'll do my best to translate, but I'm not a translator, so I apologize if I mess that up. But that's going to be a very, very, very limited tier in terms of who can do it. But yeah, I'm going to have the streaming. I'm also going to be doing probably live events here for the world release, and basically I might live stream that so you can watch like all the idol groups watching here in Japan with the Japanese fans one of the episodes. So it's going to be different groups watching different episodes, and and that's what I'm offering for like what you can buy. I am open to other ideas for this, but I feel like that's a pretty good place to start because if I can get all that set up, I don't have to sell that many things in order to accomplish my base goal if you guys are generous and you pitch into this. So I'm going to give you guys all a chance to look at all that. I'm going to have all this up probably next week. I'll have all this up for sale. I'm going to get it all started. So there you go. Good question. DVD, not Blu-ray. I'm thinking about Blu-ray too. Yeah, I mean Blu-ray. To be honest, I hate Blu-ray. I don't like Blu-ray at all, and it's 4K. It's all 4K. It's HD. DVD can do HD. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But it's gonna look great. That's another thing that's been. I filmed this in 4K, which was again. I'm not a filmmaker per se. Like, I just started, but I was able to learn about 4K processing and all that. And I mean, I think it looks good. In terms of what's limited. Yeah, there you go. A documentary 4K UHD disc. Yeah, in terms of physical copies, Peter, like I said, there's going to be the signed DVD copies. They're going to be limited. I'm not going to be able to do that many of them because I'm not going to ask some of the idols, hey, can you sign 400 copies of this? Thanks. Some of these idols are very busy. So yeah. So thank you. You're going to buy a 4K TV. That's very kind of you. Basically, there'll be limited edition signed copies of the posters, limited edition signed copies of the DVD sets. There's only going to be so many of those, available. There's going to be limited edition streaming, limited executive producer credits. So very, very, very limited on those. But again, I mean, they're all set so that I can reach my minimum goal on each one. So if even one of those tiers sells out, I will have reached my minimum goal. But the way I'm going to stagger the limits is I'm going to have so many for each one to reach each one of those goals I told you about because my main financial goals of 23 and like 30 something and then 110, 120 or so. they'll be limited, but like if I sell all of them out, mission accomplished. Now I originally was going to do this on Kickstarter, but then I realized, why should I go on Kickstarter? For one, they take money from me when I'm done. I don't like that. Number two, I'm making all of you just have to go sign up on Kickstarter when you guys can just go to Underworld and buy it. Like I have it all set up already. And also like I want to have get the most money out of this so I can give money to the idols, because again, none of them asked me for this. I really want to be able to be like, yo, here's what I made out of this. So like if I'm gonna profit off them, I don't feel right about that at all. So I have to do this my own way. Now the streaming and all that, that's fine. Like they understand that, and like they're cool about me, profiting off that to a degree. But I don't know how that's gonna do, because this also has to catch a lot of buzz. I wanted to do this announcement today to get you guys to start buzzing about this and start spreading the word, because I really, really, really need everybody to kind of stretch their word out for this and get this out, especially once I release the trailer. To just like I want it to catch on like wildfire, because that's the only way this stock's gonna really rise above just being a niche thing for you guys. I mean, there's about 20 or 30 of you guys that are really faithful to what I'm doing, and I love you guys so much. But the goal of the stock is to really expand Idol to the world, to show what Idol really is. That was another thing that the purpose of this Idol doc was, I want to set the record straight about what Idol really is. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of documentaries have come out, and one in particular I don't want to name right now, that really did a terrible job of showing you the Western perspective of Idol. Basically, somebody from a journalistic perspective comes into an Idol show, sees a bunch of like old creepy Oji-sans, grandpas like ogling these girls and thinking, ew, that's disgusting. And they have no idea what they've just walked into, and they're just seeing something on the surface, and it's just completely misunderstood. Well, I'm going to show you what it really is. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Again, obviously I'm pro Idol, but I let my camera just show you what it is. And like when you see some of the techie sessions with some of these guys, for example, and you just see how normal the conversations are, you're gonna be like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like it's neat. And also, a lot of people don't realize, like a lot of these idols, like the overwhelming majority of them are in their 20s and almost even 30s in some cases. I don't want to say what idols are in their 30s, but there's some that are actually in their 30s that you guys all love. You guys don't know that because they're not telling you the real age. But it's like, it's not what it's always constantly projected as in the West. There is some of that, though. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but the idol industry isn't perfect. I mean, it's based on imperfection. The whole concept is imperfection. So naturally, it's not going to be this most perfect like industry that's supposed to be spotless. It isn't. What industry is? But that's besides the point. Neutrino, you said subtitles necessary. Of course, that's one of the biggest reasons why I did this. It's all going to be Japanese, but of course English subtitles, and I have amazing subtitle people that are on this. Like one of the documentaries that came out recently, because it was very pro left in terms of what they were trying to say. It was pro feminist. It was about the Chica world and the idol world. The director manipulated the subtitles to make you hear and read something that wasn't really being said. Now I know enough Japanese to know that what I was hearing was not what the subtitles were saying. I'm really specific about that. I get really weird about that because I owe it to these girls to tell their story as is. So I have amazing people working on this with subtitles. So that's all, and it's going to be baked in too. So you're not going to have to like flip it on or anything. You're going to watch it. It's going to be Japanese and obviously English for the English speaking parts, because I have some English speakers in this. There's going to be Japanese subtitles for the Japanese fans, because I want it to be very Japanese English friendly. I would like to get other subtitles like Chinese and Thai and Korean. That would be very cool. I feel there's a lot of Chinese fans that would really enjoy this, and of course other subtitles. I'd be open to it, but for right now, that's something that would come later, depending on streaming places and stuff. There's companies that do that. Of course, I'm going to look into getting it all subtitled. But that's later down the line. That's not. I don't want to say that isn't a priority. It's a priority in the sense that like I want everybody to understand it. But yeah, it's going to be what it is. Yeah, Nicholas, like I said, there's going to be movie posters. There's going to be 6 different versions, and you can order signed versions and unsigned versions. I will actually be getting every single poster photographed next week. All the idols are coming in and doing photography with Izumi-san, who is the girl who always does my photo books for all the idols that I do photo books for. And yeah, we have it all lined up. They're all coming in. They're all going to get their pictures, and I'm going to offer each poster. You can just basically pick. So you can collect all 6. There's going to be 6 versions. Same with the DVDs. There's going to be 6 covers, and you guys can collect it. So again, very otaku, very very like collectible minded. I like having it. It's going to be very limited too in that sense. And then afterwards, like as this continues on, it'll be available at Idol Underworld. You can buy the posters. You can buy. It'll be unsigned, but if you want it signed by the actual idols, you'll have a limited window to do that on the release here. So yeah, that's going to be available. So there you guys go. That's my announcement. I hope that was worth your guys' time. I will now take any questions. I can do an AMA at this point. I have some time tonight. And by the way, for those of you Idol Underworld fans, I have a massive amount of stuff that I'm almost done putting up on Idol Underworld. I got so many items and so many things to put up, so I'm just getting it done. So, oh, thank you for saying that, really. But right now, it's an AMA at this point. Whoever's tuning in, you can ask me anything you want about idols, anything about what I do with idols. You can ask me about life here in Japan. Ask about me if you want. I'm happy to take questions in the chat, and then I'll just respond. And if I don't get any, then we'll be done, and that's cool too. I talk with a lot of you guys, anyways, personally, so you guys know pretty much a lot of what I have to say. But for any of you guys who are just tuning in, like wondering why I'm doing this, and you have any the general questions, let me know. I would be happy to do an AMA at this point. So go ahead if you guys have any questions. I'll be happy to check them out. And while I'm waiting for your questions, I'll just kind of, so there's not like silence here. I will let you guys know I have been extremely busy. Like for example, like last weekend. Oh, what shirt am I wearing? I was just gonna say last weekend. It's Amomomo Yui-chan, Yui, the leader of Amomomo Hisatsu Amomomo 7. It was her Seitansai, and she actually drew this shirt. See, they gave me one right when I walked in. They're like, "Here, Derek, throw this on." I'm like, "Cool." So yeah. Oyasumi Mike, yeah, we're looking at for the release date. I'm looking at October 30th, 31st of next month. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So, yeah, so this is her Seitansai shirt, and I was there all day. They had 3 shows last Sunday, and I was there all day as Cheki staff for Imomomo, later for Aphrodite, because Imomomo and Aphrodite are like best friends, so they always play together. And like I mean, it was like that's been my life. You ask Nicolaj, you asked how am I doing? How am I feeling? It's been a while, so I said thank you so much. It's so kind. I love Idol fans. I love people that I meet, and like you're just so kind of you to ask that. Yeah, I'm tired. I don't know if you can see, but my eyes are like crushing it with the suitcases here. I got whole bags of suitcases because I literally have not been getting any sleep because the documentary is about to come out, and this is like go time. And also too, I've been real busy getting new groups. Lately I've been at lives almost every single day working. For example, today Barry just had their debut, their 2.0 debut. What they did for me, by the way, they played my birthday show as Barbecue Girl. They did that as a favor to me because originally I'd asked Barry to do my birthday show like back in April or May, and that's when they had Shiori and the other girl, and then Shiori and the other girl left, and so instead of breaking their commitment to play, Kesuke-san, the producer Barry, he's such a bro. He is just like the coolest. He's this quiet, like nifty little nerd otaku guy who like I love to death. Like basically he said, well, instead I'll debut Burst Girl early on your show, but we'll keep it a secret. But today was the official debut of Monica, who actually speaks really good English. You guys definitely need to hit her up on Twitter. She will speak to you in English. I had a big conversation with her today about that. She's waiting for you guys, and Monica's English is amazing. Also, Sayaka, of course, who's been Barry forever. So they had their debut today, and I was their Cheki staff, and like it was incredibly busy. They had a packed place, and it was awesome. But that's been my life every single day for like the past couple weeks because the idol shows are now starting to really get more and more and more as COVID gets to be less and less part of the discussion of the everyday milieu here in Japan. Which I mean, it still is a discussion here, but it's just the idol world is slowly getting back to what it used to be with big tie bonds and whatnot. So yeah, so just I'm tired, but I'm happy. Like I mean. I'm pretty much like 100% passionate all the time about everything. So you're tired, but I swear to God, if I could do work in my sleep, I would. Which sometimes I literally fall asleep in my head on the laptop here working. But it's cool. The shirt behind me, Peter, this is actually a new Barry shirt that I'm going to be putting up. Barry gave me this, and they actually gave me. This is Kankaku Logic shirts. I have a bunch of stuff here that I'm putting up. I have some cool techie of like Monica. You can't really see because of the glare. I have literally like I think like 20 items. I'm gonna be sending out a big email with all that. Let me see. You guys said jazz. I think it sounds great if there are physical copies for fans and on something like Amazon. Yeah, of course. I mean, there'll be, like I said, physical copies will be available on Idol Underworld, later on Amazon probably. I'm going to be doing digital streaming on every platform. You can buy per episode, you can buy per the actual doc. That's going to be staggered though. I like I said, I have to make sure that you guys are getting the most out of the initial run because I need the most out of that, or else I'm screwed on a financial level. Graham, will there be any extras on the disc? I had so many funny outtakes. I mean, I can make an entire documentary on the mistakes, on the funny things. Like, to give you an example, like filming Chihiro from Mary Bad End is an experience because, like, I filmed her doing something and, like, she went off the rails. Like, she just, when Chihiro gets really excited about something, she becomes like a little kid with ADD, and then she just starts going into this whole other world. And I don't know. Like it's just basically like, oh my god, like what's wrong with you? And but I just let my camera film her. If I were to just put like a whole documentary of Chihiro doing weird Chihiro stuff, that would be its own thing. But to answer your question, at this point, no. I it's not that I don't want to do outtakes and all that. It's just I have so much stuff to show you. That would take its a whole other thing. Will there be something later? Maybe. I have all the footage. I would love to put together like something like that. But again, it's also idols are very particular about their images. They may not want to show all that, and that would be a whole other editing process. A whole I have to pay more people. So at the moment, I'm focused just on getting my doc out. Yeah, I trust me, Chihiro. I do have her acting rather weird at the end of this doc, just doing Chihiro weird stuff. And but that's one of the reasons I love her because she can just go off the rails in a way that doesn't make any sense. But then on stage, she's a beast. You know, I mean, she dials in. I mean, she is an idol through and through. Somebody asked me, "Am I working on Tuesday's Mary Bad End concert?" They have a concert on Tuesday. God, that sucks. I'm their staff. I don't even remember that. I normally don't know schedules. I have a schedule book and I literally open up. Oh, what's today? Okay, good. Yeah, if they have a concert, I'm there. And Watashi Mugendai is Chihiro's favorite group. And so we play with them endlessly. And Watashi Mugendai are very, 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 very close to Mary Beden. So yeah, if they're playing a show, I'm there because I am their direct staff. I never, if they have a show, I'm there because 100% I've committed to them. So yeah, um, yeah. So idle cassette tapes, idle cassette tapes. So I don't even know what that is. Can you explain? You mean like putting them on like cassette? Huh? That's an okay. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Nicholas, but okay. So yeah, I mean, I had some funny outtakes with Hanako. Obviously, she can get really out there, but Hanako is very much about like controlling her image. So I again like just even getting her to say yes to showing all this a miracle. And I mean, I did a lot of other stuff, Hanako too. There's not just live stuff. I did a couple other things that are going to surprise you guys. That you guys will be happy. She's never shown anyone. So you guys will be very happy about that. Idol music on cassette tapes. That's such a crazy idea. I mean, there's already idols that do that. It's kind of gimmicky. I don't mind that, but this documentary is not really about like putting out their music per se. It's about showing you the experience of like the lives and what their lives are outside of the lives and stuff. But there's definitely a lot of music in the stock. Mary Beth End's music's all over this. There's a lot of songs like I will let you see quite a bit of. I'm not that ADD in the sense where like you see documentaries today, it's so hyper. You see 2 seconds of a song and it's like, oh, okay. I didn't have to worry about a lot of restrictions on this. I had unlimited access. When I say unlimited, I really mean unlimited. Like that I was like, here, play as much as you want, whatever you want. So yeah, Idol vinyl, yeah, sure, love Idol vinyl. But who would you want to see on vinyl? That's interesting. Again, there's already groups that do that quite a bit. Is there particular groups that you guys are interested in? Because I can certainly make suggestions to some groups and see if they'd be down to do it. Just vinyl's a process. It's not as easy as you might think to get it pressed and get it pressed right. But I do know companies that do that. So the company in France that does that, they did a lot of Necroma stuff. I'm very close with them, but they're very particular about who they want to press. Yeah. Oh, that's kind for Mary Beth Ann to be on vinyl. They'd love that. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, they're really open to doing whatever. But there never seems to be a demand for that. There's some people that are like so into vinyl. Sakasama has a lot of vinyl. So you guys can check out Sakasama. They have a couple of different things releases on vinyl. There's friends. I just saw at their Groupon table the other day. I was their staff the other day. They had vinyl. I was like, whoa, like I didn't expect that. So different groups have different vinyl, but the reason why there isn't so much, it's expensive to make, and it has to be done right. If it's not done correctly, Jared, the vinyl is just terrible. And also, it's so subniche collector oriented that a lot of people don't buy into that. So yeah, but it doesn't not to say it doesn't exist. I like vinyl. I don't have a record player, but you put on a vinyl record at a party, I'm like the happiest person ever because like there's a warmth to it. There's just a richness to vinyl, and you guys know that, those of you that listen to vinyl. So yeah, I actually had a friend who had probably like 400 something vinyl albums on a wall, and like we would just listen to that on like this person's stereo endlessly and drink a lot, and that was really fun. Those are some very old memories of mine, but very good stuff. Is there anything else you guys want to know? Because again, AMA here, you guys can literally ask me whatever you want, as long, of course, I mean, keep it reasonable, but I don't think I need to say that. But yeah, anything you guys have, any questions on the mind or on the heart? As far as my documentary goes, this has been a year of my life, and it's been the hardest thing I've ever done, even more harder than the European tours for Necma. That was really hard. East Meets West was really hard. The OSCE hologram tour I did was extremely difficult. But this is by far trumps it all because I've never done anything like this before. I did a lot of studying on YouTube and stuff before, and yeah, like I was able to really learn the camera stuff on the go. But I know enough now that if I do another doc, it'll be completely different in the sense of like how I'd film it. I would save a lot more time, I think, in the sense like I know what I'm doing now versus this was sort of like film and see what sticks. But it worked. My editor made me look like I knew what I was doing. Like, for every concert I filmed, there's like 35 moments that's out of focus, and we just cut all that out, so it looks like it's in focus the whole time. The power of editing. Romy asks, maybe a little sidetrack, but will Honami do a graduation live, and will it be a live stream? Of course. I thought we kind of made that announcement at the Chicky session. I thought, which by the way, I have to get up their Chicky tickets for their next foreign Chicky session. I haven't done that yet. I promise I'll do that right after this stream's done. Yeah, no, we have a last concert plan. It's for next month. It will be at a place that's very dear and very special to Honami. She picked it, and we are thinking about doing a live stream for it. We felt that if there would be enough interest, why not? And the venue said it's fine. So yeah, at this point, I can pretty much all but confirm. I mean, I'm kind of in charge of that. So like, if you guys want it, I mean, we only need 20 people to tune in, and then we break even with paying for the live stream. So if we can get 20 people, it's worth it to live stream in terms of breaking even. Just because again, Mary Beth in a small group, we don't have a lot of money, so it's like we kind of have to think about those type of things, unfortunately. But as of right now, yes, it's fully planned on being live streamed. Andrea, at Live to Multiple Groups, they ask your preference at the entrance. Now I know why after your birthday. Can you explain how this works? What happens if someone doesn't get any vote? Good question. Andrea, great question. So basically, a Taibon is when you have 20, 35, 10 groups, whatever. And they all play a idol. That's pretty normal in idol, where a group will come on for 20 minutes, and then as soon as they're done, another group comes on right after. The reason why is there's no band set up. You don't have to worry about equipment. Everything's usually practiced before you guys even come into the venue. All those groups have done sound checks. Everything's dialed in. So you can do quick, because literally, here's the mic, girl, go on stage. Thank you. Here's the mic. Next girl, go on stage. So Taibons are a very efficient way to see a lot of groups, and then also too, you can charge a lot of money because the venues here in Tokyo are extremely expensive to rent. My venue, I don't even want to tell you how much. It was thousands and thousands of dollars for me to rent that. Now, thankfully, I broke just even. I didn't make any money, but I broke even, so yay for me. But the thing is like, you can charge a lot for a Taibon. The way it works is if a group is on the Taibon, you can offer them, it's called ticket back, which basically means if a ticket for a Taibon costs 2,000 yen, which is about $20, but we'll just say 2,000 yen, you can offer a group like 500 yen for every ticket they sell. And by sell, I mean reservation. So everything works on a reservation basis here. So like if you're on a Taibon and you get 2 reservations, that means you made 1,000 yen on a 2,000 yen ticket back ticket. So every group is every promoter is different. Every show is different, and this is just one of the many ways it can happen. If you don't bring anybody, you don't get paid, and in some cases, you actually owe the promoter. Like in some cases, like for me, for my idol, for my birthday live, it was I forget what I had, but like something similar to what I had is like you have to bring 5 people. Then after 5 people, I start paying you, but the first 5 tickets are all mine. That ensures that I only need to sell so many tickets in order to pay for the venue. So that's like if I want to like cover my ass basically. If it's big groups, I don't got to worry about that. And bigger groups, I actually give a lot more money to. Like if it's a 2,000 yen ticket, I might give them 1,000 yen and just keep 1,000 for myself. In addition to that, you usually have to buy a drink. That goes straight to the venue. That's like it makes that's where the venue makes their money basically on the drink tickets. Plus what I pay them to reserve the venue. Now again, everything's different. There's a lot of different ways that goes. If an idol does not get any reservations, that's very demoralizing and very difficult. So in some cases, I've actually seen promoters give those groups money anyways, just like thank you for coming. There's a lot of kindness in that sense. Some of it's very business. Some if you don't bring anybody, you might not get asked by that promoter to come back again. For somebody like me, I work with who I want to work with, so I don't care if they bring people or not. I like them. I don't care. It's very selfish. But if I were to do this as a business, as a music promoter, I'd have to really work with groups that actually bring people. And that would be hard for me because a lot of groups I like, they don't bring a lot of people on average. They bring some people. I want to promote those groups to you guys because I think a lot of these groups appeal more to foreigners and also because I like them and like I believe in them and they're easy to work with. I'll give you an example. Kankaku Logic, I just got them. They're the easiest group in the world to work with. They're super kind. I want to promote them like crazy because those 3 girls are self-produced. They're doing it all on their own. Are they popular here? Yeah, eh. So, but with you guys, I think you guys would love them. They have a member, her name's Shirai Sumayer. She might be insane. She might really have a screw loose. And she has that kind of power going where like she can win you over just because of how weird she is. And she appeals to foreigners. Plus she's got really cool snake bites and she's really into tattoos and all that and she's very foreign friendly. So I think this would be a good group to promote the foreigners, and they're open about it, and they're cool. So, but would I have them play a show that I'd set up? Yes, at this point. But if I were doing it professionally, no, because like I don't know if they can bring anybody. I mean, maybe as an opener, but their stars rising. They're starting to get up. I mean, they're playing some big profile shows, and you know, that's good for them. Some groups have like that kind of up and down. Subaru used to be in a group. What group was she in? I think it's some Elevator Satisfaction, and yeah. Oh, Peter just said that. Yeah, Elevator Satisfaction, and yeah, Miso's in it, who's an older role now. Elevator Satisfaction, I was in love with. The producer though, hard to talk to. Like I couldn't get them to agree to get on Idol Underworld. Like they seemed interested, never happened. But now I got them, so I'm very happy. Anyways, yeah, funny how Idol works indeed. Oh, Ronnie, hey Ronnie, how are you? I'm so happy you're tuning in, man. Very cool. Have you checked out the new group Manical with ex Necroma members? Of course I have. I'm really good terms with Kaki and Ray and Hina. I'm really good terms with them. They're like my kids. Like I did so many tours with them. I work with them every day. I know them in and out. The problem with Monocle, and I've been getting asked this a lot. It's not a problem. It's so that's too strong a word. They're with M Smile Entertainment. Now, M Smile, I have no relationship to. They work with Star Marie, and I don't have any relationship to Star Marie. Kaki loves Star Marie. That's probably one of the reasons why she ended up going with M Smile and brought Ray along and then had Hina come because M Smile is they've been around forever. They're a well respected gym shows and management company here. They have their shit together. I have no connection to them whatsoever. And so it's hard for me to I can't just be like, yo, Kaki, let's work together. I've told her like, if you want to work together, I'm down, and she's certainly open to it, of course. But M Smile wants to handle that. And again, the thing is, when you start getting involved with like these bigger agencies, these bigger gym shows, or they want all the control. They want to do it all in house, so they don't really want somebody like me coming in and getting into that. I've had this issue with Pikarim. Sheena and Pika and me, we're tight. Like, we're cool. Like, I love her. She's cool. Like, we get along real well. We talk. Pika is great, but she's part of this gigantic gym show. And on top of that, she works with Avex. Good luck getting anything from Avex. I mean, I have negotiated with Pikarin's management for half a year now just to get one more item. They used me basically to sell an old photo book, which is fine. I was happy to do anything with her. But it's like that I did that under the assumption I would get more stuff from them. And here it is a half year later. I'm still negotiating with them. Now, the good thing is recently her manager just transferred. She has new managers now. They reached out to me and they do want to have me put out some more stuff. And so if they're reaching out to me, then that's usually a good sign. I'm not constantly messaging them and annoying them. But that's what happens with these groups here. They get behind a management wall, and it's not personal. It's not like they have something against me. It's just how it is here. They want to control everything. They want that to be their thing, and that's cool. I mean, it's cool with me. I respect it, but it's also very hard. It's been my fight since day one of starting Idol Underworld is getting management groups to get on board. I've had similar issues with other groups I don't want to mention. Some of them have been very difficult. Some of them I worked with that are now I'm not working with have been really difficult and like basically have disappointed me and broken my heart in terms of pulling back and being like, yeah, like we're just gonna do our own thing. I'm blown away by that because they know how much I love them. They know how much I'm very particular about promoting groups that I care about. And I have, obviously all of you who support what I'm doing, which if those groups are thinking a little bit more ahead, they would see by getting me, they get all of you, but they just, they want to do their own thing. So, but with Monaco, there's no problem. Will I get them? If Kaki comes to me and says she wants me to do it, I would definitely consider it. At the same time, though, like to be honest with you, I think M Smile's doing a fairly good job with them. They really I really respect M Smile and also Kaki knows what she's doing. If she needs me, she'll come get me. And she knows that door is always open. I love her to death. Like me and her have been in the trenches a lot, and I've been in the trenches with Ray and Hina a lot. I mean, hundreds of shows. So I really I have no issue with them at all. I love them. I wish them the best of luck, and I hope all of you will continue to support Kaki and Ray and Hina and the other girl that they got. I please give them all your love. Also, make sure you support Hamadi and what she's doing with the new Necromon because I don't know if you guys realize, but they're crushing it. They are just wow. I'm blown away by what they're doing, and it's actually working. But that makes sense because Rick is a genius and he knows what he's doing when it comes to music and everything. But that last video of Santa Sangha, I mean, I don't know if you guys watched that, but my favorite thing ever. I was laughing and enjoying it and just so much blood. I was like, yes, as a horror fan, I was very happy. So, but yeah, so please keep supporting those groups. Will they work with me? I don't know. I'm here. If they want to work with me, I'm here. The best thing you can do is tell them that. Tell them, you message Kaki. I mean, she's cool. Be like, yo, get on with Derek and work with him. That's the best way to do it. Jazz, you asked if I have any friends in Acme or Acme Records. So yeah, Mitch, I agree. They just take it way too far in some cases. I 100% agree. It's my biggest problem here in Japan is fighting against these big gym shows. That's why I like to work with groups like Barry, for example. It's just Kesuke. It's just him. He's this guitar player, otaku guy who made these amazing songs. He's had issues with idols staying in the group. I don't know why. It's just that's idol though. That's just they're here today, gone today for any number of reasons. But I like working with him because I can message him right now. I messaged him on my broken iPhone. See, it's broke, and he'll get back to me in like 2 seconds. Like I'm just basically wanting to work with groups like that where I don't gotta chase after them. I don't like doing that anymore. I did that for all last year. It's too tiring. I'm gonna work with groups that want to work with me, and so that's kind of how it goes. But to answer your question about Acme, so here's the thing. My dream idols to work with, the biggest one's Migma Shelter. I mean, I had so many good memories with Migma Shelter as a fan. I've cried so many tears at their shows. I've danced to the point where I've sweated off pounds, dancing my ass off at their shows. Because you're at a Migma show, Mig Shell show, you dance. Like you stand there, there's something wrong with you. I swear, you dance your ass off. And they've put out tremendously wonderful songs and all the members when they had that mass graduation, I was so close to like them in terms of being a fan and doing checky and all that. But I'm cool with Tanaka-san. I have Mizuho in my doc. Will I get Acme? I'm waiting on that. Actually, I don't want to approach Tanaka until the doc comes out. When the doc comes out, I'm gonna be like, yo, Tanaka, look at all this amazing stuff in Mizuho and Sakasama, and there's some other stuff Tanaka-san related I don't want to get into. Um, I'm chill with him, you know. So yeah, will I get them? Probably. I got Cross Idea. Cross Idea had Juju, and I worked on Cross Idea for about 7.5 months before they finally agreed to come to me. And I'm talking a lot of negotiation, a lot of talking. Um, you know, but they finally said yes. But getting Cross Idea, it's kind of like, oh, well, if Tanaka sees I got Cross Idea, he might be like, oh, well, you got Cross Idea. They're one of the biggest gym shows here in the Chica scene. Yeah, we'll work with you. But I also have I have more of a direct connection to Tanaka-san for other reasons. So yeah, will I work them? You're damn right I will. Like that's my goal. And I have this weird thing in my head where when I want to do something, I usually do it. And so I'm gonna definitely try to make that happen. All the groups. I'd love to get, you know, Googalulu, even though Ayano I think is left or leaving, and I can't imagine Googalulu without Ayano because it's her group. I mean, that's why Tanaka made the group, was for her pretty much. But it is what it is. We'll see. They're definitely they're at the top in terms of who I want to work with. I mean, Cyber was at the top, but Cybers they're just it's impossible to work with them. It's impossible. I don't even want to try. I did try. They just basically just haha, thank you, bye bye. Not them per se. The girls are great, but their man, it's just nah, it's just not. It's they're impossible, and also they're graduating anyway, so who cares? I love them to death, wish them all the best. It's just not going to happen. But Enigma Shelter is definitely something I want. And again, I have more of a direct connection. So timing is all the rage with that one. It's gonna try to be my Christmas present to myself to get them. So we'll see. Yeah. So let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Enigma Shelter is incredible. What do I think of the new Kakrio Terror lineup and album? Any chance I could work with them? So, yeah, Hanako-san t-shirts would be cool, Ash. I've talked with Hanako endlessly about this. Just Hanako-san, if she wants to put it out, she put it out. I know better than to tell her. So if she wants it out, you'll get it. Just talk to her about that. Kakrio. Okay, so here's the thing. So I was when I was doing the Idol fan thing, the group I went to almost the most was Kakrio because of No Nemura, because I was a huge No Nemura Oshi. And yeah, I never did Techie with any of them, weirdly enough, but I was going to them quite a bit. When Yamo Kamaru left, Kotetsu left, and Nono left, I have no reason to be there. Don't get me wrong. The new girls have done a good job holding it down. I've seen a couple of their recent live streams. They're great. I have nothing but love for them, but they're behind the Kodomo Mental wall. Kodomo Mental is not the easiest management group to work with because they have a specific vision and they're trying to go for that. Now, I have talked to Kodomo Mental. They know me. I know the songwriter for Kakrio. I know him. He's amazing. He's so easy to talk to. He knows English. I would love to get them. You know, they would be totally on my radar to get, and I would have no problem talking to them. But Kodomo Mental's a hard get for me, and also they're based in Nagoya. I don't go to Nagoya, so it's like going to Nagoya and talking to them. It's hard, and they're very particular about what they do. So will I get them? Probably not. Am I trying to get them? I would love to work with them. My door is open, but that'd be more like if they want to work with me, I would. It feels a little weird though because I was such a diehard like Nona Yamakumaru Kontetsu fan. I can't tell you how many lives I had where all three of those girls were standing on my shoulders and I'm holding their hands while they're going crazy, or Nona slapping me in the face every other show, or just the girls just I mean I was there, and it was very 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 difficult to see them not be there anymore. So, but to that effect, all I'm going to say is April. That's all I'm going to say. You guys can decide what that means, but all I'm going to say is April. We'll just kind of leave it at that. So, yeah, April. Any other questions? Okay, then how about Friend from Friends at least? Well, I mean, maybe you haven't realized if you've gone to Idol Underworld, bro. Like, Friend from Friends is all over that. I work with Benny every day. I was their staff yesterday. I work very very closely with Benny and Aku now. Like Aku's my like number one idol in terms of like who I've like really supported, and now I work with her. And I actually have another huge announcement about her for next month that I'm not quite ready to announce, but I'm doing something really special with Aku, and yeah, and oh, to do a live for me? Oh, right. I mean, but what live exactly? Like, you mean like here in Japan? Overseas? I mean, they want to go overseas, so like they go overseas in 2 seconds with me. They've already said as much. Like I could pretty much do whatever with Benny and Aqua. I think it would be okay. Like we're really cool with each other, and I do a lot for them, and they do a lot for me. So yeah, I'm sure if, overseas they would be a group I would 100% want to take overseas and do something with. So yeah, you can almost all but guarantee you'll see them overseas if I do anything overseas. I would love to work with Benny. So yeah, it'd be amazing. So do you think live streaming events will stick in a post-COVID world? Absolutely. It's a whole other ecosystem here. Um, they're based in Kawasaki. Well, it's more Nagoya though. I would say like that's kind of what they're known for. I don't really know if that's exactly 100%. Sorry, but it's kind of that's that's a whole other thing, Peter. Um, live streaming events, like in the ecosystem, that's sprung up because of COVID here in the idol world, where everybody's doing like Heishin or live streams. They realize, oh, we can make money off this. So yeah, it'll probably stick around. Do I want it to stick around? Not particularly. Not because I don't want any of you guys to see it, but because I think Idol's meant to be experienced live. Um, I, I mean, I'm all for it now. I want you guys to experience it. It's wonderful to support. It's wonderful to have all you guys there and to actually be seeing the lives. It's great. But I personally feel like get your asses over here and get in front of these girls and you will it'll change your life like it changed mine. But that's not to say that it's not valuable to have the live streams. I'm all for it. It's just kind of like yeah, it'll stick around, but more, I think, for a monetary purpose. And I also think COVID's not going away anytime soon. So, post COVID world, when is that going to be? I mean, the minute that becomes a reality and we can actually say post COVID, I really, I hope to see all of you guys that can come over. I hope you guys will come over. But also, I hope that I'll be able to, you know, the focus will be more on the lives. And I think as the idol groups get busier with more lives that are actual, like, crazy, with more attendance, the live stream won't be as much of a priority. So it'll probably be phased out, but not for a long time. And also, to be honest with you, I think the live stream industry has kind of sprung up here. So it probably will stay around a lot longer than I'm even guessing. But that's just my guess. Japanese fans, you know, they're not. I'd say they're not that much into the live streams because again, they can just come to the shows. But I think everybody's been real happy about it because again, it's bringing all these new fans in. So many of you have never seen an idol live, and you're able, like Hanako-san, like you guys are able to see her live. Like I don't think she's ever been live streamed until like now. So yeah, yeah, iColony's been doing it a long. Like the guy who runs iColony, Tomiyasu, is a really really good friend of mine. He did my birthday sit outside. He's been doing it for a while, but he was kind of like really underground. Now that dude every day is busy, and he's so easy to work with. He does all of Mary Bad End stuff because of me now, because like I hooked those two up. And yeah, I will work with Tomiyasu. He's the only one I will do live streams with. Let's just put it that way. But he has a very specific process. He costs a certain amount. He has to do things a certain way. So there's different ones that do different live streams. Some of them are way better than others, but his are pros. So yeah, he does a great job of getting everybody out there, and hopefully he'll. I don't see him going away no matter what. Like he'll keep doing it. He wasn't depending on COVID to give him a business. He was doing it before. Yeah. So yeah, the wrestling live. Yeah, that's what I was talking about actually, Eric. And like I actually was holding the camera for that. Actually, it wasn't a camera; it was an iPad. She had me holding the iPad. It was somebody's iPad, and we had like this plastic screen over it. And when Hanako was like spewing stuff everywhere, she went right up to the iPad and spewed it right at me. And of course, it went all over it did this like vertical thing over the like the frame, the glass, and went right on me. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, she spit all over me, Eric. Like it was me basically. And she crushed me. But she does that all the time. Like it's like whatever. It's Hanako. Like I love her, so she can do whatever she wants. Yeah, that was a rarity. But me and Hanako, we had it. That live was very very far away for both of us. And but she asked me to come out and do that, so I was like, of course I'll do anything you need. And I didn't expect her to do that to me, but it was fun. It was it's Hanako. Like you have to enjoy whatever she gives you. It's so much fun. Yes, we all need to see more of Hanako, and thanks to my documentary, you're really going to see her. But you'll also see more of her, I think, after the doc. She wants the documentary to kind of project her more to foreigners, and she's really loved all of you guys. Like, you guys have supported her so much on Idol Underworld that she's now like every month she's like, let's do more techie, let's do more stuff because the foreign fans are just giving me so much love. She's been banned on Twitter, so it's like she's been finding other ways to reach out to you guys, and she's been using me to do that. So and yes, she will have her own cover for my doc. And yes, She will be signing stuff, so you guys will be able to get that too. Oh yeah, no problem, Mitchell. That East Meets West was amazing. Hanukkah was great. The first time I worked with her outside of being a fan. That was actually from the start of me being a staff person was East Meets West, and but you know what? That was all Ricky. Ricky handled her because she really respects Ricky from Necroma, and like he really knows how to talk to idols. I mean, his Japanese is so fluent. So she really did it, I think, more because of him, because like she was just able to like really, Ricky's able to take care of her, which was really good. So it being me just now though. Some idols, Rummy says, some idols you work with have their own web shop, usually offer things that aren't on IU. Would it be possible to get stuff on IU too? For example, Aku recently did special sign checking. Yeah, I mean, I can ask Aku any day of the week and be like, yo, can I get this on Idol Underworld? But she, I usually let a lot of these groups tell me what they want. They use me for certain things. A lot of them have stuff just they want to get on their own shop so they can get the money directly first before they give it to me. I usually get the trickle down stuff. I don't mind that at all because some of them, again, their focus here is Japanese fans because they're the ones that give them the money right away. And the foreign thing is just recently now starting to come into everybody's minds. You see all these websites popping up because they had to pop up because of the Japanese fans didn't have a way to get a lot of this stuff. For example, like Friends and Friends, they weren't doing Checky with anybody, like live Checky here. Like you basically could just order Checky and or do online streams. So a lot of that is very much designed for the Japanese fan, not for any of the foreign fans. That's not nothing against you guys. It's just they're trying to figure out ways to keep the Japanese fans engaged here because a lot up until now there hasn't been that many regular lives like there used to be. There used to be lives all the time. Now it's starting to come back, but all summer little. So that's why a lot of you see the stuff on these other websites doesn't pop on IU. And also, I don't go to these groups like, yo, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. There's a lot of groups they have stuff they only just want to sell at shows. There's like a special idol term for it. I can't remember what it is, but there's only stuff sold at lives. That's fine. That it's just that they want to sell stuff there. That's cool. That's cool with me. If you guys can figure out the process, it's not hard. If you go buy directly from them, that helps them, and I'm all for that. There's enough to go around for everybody. If I go to Aku, for example, I'm like, Aku, do you want to do a signed Checky set? Like, let's do a set of 20 and you'll sign it and we'll make it special. She'd probably be like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's just a matter of me figuring out what's needed and also my time because I work with like 40 something groups. So I also just, at this point, I'm just kind of getting stuff from people. Like, I go to a live and I'll see a group and I'm like, yo, you got any merch? Like today, I went to Barry. I grabbed a bunch of Barry stuff today. Older Row next week is going to have a bunch of stuff. They actually messaged me and they're like, we have some stuff to give you. So it just depends. It depends on the group and like what they want to do, what their agenda is, I don't push for that as much like I want to, but I don't because they usually have a good reason for not giving it to me. And again, it's not to do with like, it's nothing offensive or anything. It's just they're focused on getting their stuff out to Japanese fans and Kaiga fans, unfortunately, usually are an afterthought. And that's how that goes. So yeah. Let's see. Coliseum. Any news on shipping with Yamato? Yeah. So I sent out 2 packages with Yamato Transport, waiting to hear those people getting the package or not. If they get the package, Yamato Transport is affordable for me to ship all over the world, which means I will be catching up on orders from April to basically start shipping people, well, primarily America first. I have so many orders from Americans. I'll be shipping all of them out. Like I'm gonna probably take a good 3 days and just pack and ship. So yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. So yeah, Yamato. I'm just waiting to hear back from the people that did that. Peter, you said, oh, I can do that. I'd buy some Sinona. Yeah, I mean, for example, next month there's a group that you guys love. I brought up doing a special Halloween checky set. They said yes. So like I'll be doing a special Halloween checky set with them. I mean, checky stuff I can do with any group. I think pretty much whenever. It's just getting the time to do it, getting the scheduling. Scheduling's hard here. The live scripts are very busy. If I try to catch them at lives, I gotta time that. Sometimes just to get 20 check-in. Remember, I have to stay for 5 hours at a live because the idol doesn't like they're busy or they don't come out of the Gakia, and I don't really feel like going in there or whatever. And so it's like I literally have to wait until the last part of the live, and I thought I'd take it before they even did their show at the live. And so yeah, 5 hours for 20 checky, it's like yeah, when I first started that was cool, not anymore because I'm just too busy. So no, don't get me wrong, I love being at lives, but it's like I also don't go to lives for watching them anymore. Really, it's if I'm at a live because I'm working it. 'Cause I just don't have any time. And also the groups that I used to go watch, they're not around anymore. Like Gotasto, I loved Gotasto, and I would go to their lives as much as possible. But they don't. I think they're around in another incarnation, but that's not the Gotasto I was watching. So like I don't really, I don't really want to stand around for a show, as bad as that sounds, because I don't need to, because I can just work the show. Yeah, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Halloween Techie this year. Trust me, that's one thing I think I am gonna do next month is there's 3 or 4 different groups that want to do Halloween Techie with me. So you'll definitely be seeing that for sure. So yeah, oh yeah, I'll explain anything, anything you guys need. Just like I said, this is why I'm doing the AMA, because I'm sure you guys have questions about stuff, and I'd be happy to keep doing this. If you guys like this live stream, I can do this pretty regularly. This actually isn't that hard. The one thing is, though, this is YouTube, and I can't get any money on this. So again, if you guys appreciate, um, like what I'm doing here, don't forget I have a Patreon. So please go and support me on Patreon, or message me or something if you want to help me out. I am doing all this on my own, so it's expensive. I have no money, so it would be very nice to hear from you guys. But you guys are on the stream. I know almost all of you, and you guys do that anyway. So thank you. Let's see. Great seeing me again. Yeah, obviously, great seeing you guys too. And Romy, saw you upgraded. Thank you so much, and you'll be getting your techie very, very soon. Yeah, matching techie sets. I love those too. I mean, I love that you guys are like into the techie culture, because that's super easy for me to take and do. And I've probably taken. I did a count. I think I'm up to like 22,000 techie I've taken since last August. So I've taken a lot of techie. Not necessarily sold a night on Underworld, but I'm talking at shows and stuff too. So yeah. Yeah, of course, Lacey. Mike, great to hear from you too. So yeah, so there you guys go. I'll take some final questions here, and then I think I'm going to close this up, because I have to put up a bunch of stuff on Idle Underworld for you guys. And oh, by the way, tomorrow's a shipping day for me, so I'm going to put up some stuff on Idle Underworld here. Please buy that stuff, and if you guys buy that, there's a good chance I can get that stuff you bought tonight out tomorrow, because I have the beginning of tomorrow, like most of the day, I'm just staying home to pack and do work. So like, if you guys want, buy some stuff, and I'll get I'll get some stuff out. Yes, I'm so happy you guys are addicted to techie. I love techie. I love the culture, and if you think about it, that's what makes idol is the techie experience. That's what separates an idol from Japanese musician. Like for example, Perfume. Perfume started out as idols. They were doing the whole Akiba thing. Then they quickly jumped to being a Japanese artist, and the difference was they don't do techie. So like I think they used to do techie. No, I don't know if they ever actually did techie, but they, the one of the key points of being an idol is you do checky with your fans, and so that's why I'm all about it. And also, I just love doing it, because I can't take checky with them anymore, because I'm a staffer, so I can't go to an idol and take checky with them. It's weird, but I do, because every time I take a checky of a fan in Japan, it's like I'm taking that checky with the girl. Or anytime I'm doing checky for these sets, I talk with these idols quite a bit while I'm taking their checky. I don't just do 20 checky and say bye. Like you know I basically, I have conversations with them. So, I love doing techie for that reason too. Uh, yeah. Last question. What is your favorite tattoo? On me or on somebody else? There's definitely, well, on me, that's a good question. Probably, her. Zhang Ji, she's from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I got this many years ago when I watched that. That was like one of the most beautiful things I ever saw in my life. I was really into martial arts and kung fu. Like I never did it. I'm not physically coordinated enough to do it. I'm what the Japanese call otsukutoi. I run into my own self and walls and stuff. But yeah, Shang played this like young girl who wanted to control her own future, and she was a badass ninja on top of that. And it was very much like the wuxia style in China. I probably botched that name. Sorry, any Chinese people that are watching. But yeah, so I don't know if you can kind of see, but yeah, I got that like 15 years ago, so I hope it's still okay. Yeah, but it's. I also have a tattoo here of Kayako from Ju-on the Grudge, because I really love her too. But yeah, I don't. I'm fat today, so you guys aren't going to see that. I also have going on me. I have a painting of Audrey Kawasaki, one of her paintings. I love Audrey Kawasaki. If you don't know who she is, look her up. She's an amazing artist. So I have that, but I really love her, because she reminds me that like I should follow my dreams, because she did that, and she went from being this nobody in like the world to being probably one of the greatest martial artists on camera I've ever seen. And there's something really sexy and amazing about like a girl who knows kung fu and martial arts and just whips everybody's asses. I love it. It's just one of my favorite things. Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is one of the greatest movies ever made, and I remember seeing it in the theater, and like tears are streaming down my eyes at the end, like when her and Chow Yun Fat are like floating in the bamboo and the trees, and they're fighting, and it's like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And it's just I've never seen anything like that. And even to this day, I don't think anybody's ever really touched that. So yeah, yes, Peter, go to bed. It's so early where you're at. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying up for the announcement. So yeah, so next month, Doc is a go. I'll start having stuff up for sale, but we really got to start buzzing. I will be releasing the trailer everywhere in the world, and hopefully you guys will spread that around like wildfire. Let's get this thing buzzing. It starts today, so the Flowers of Passion. It's the name of the doc. Start spreading that name around, and let's start getting everybody into this because I really need you guys to do that, and that would be great. So yeah, thank you. You're a bro too, Nicholas. Thank you so much. And again, I do all this for you guys. I do all this for myself too. And thank you guys so much. I think I'm going to end the stream now. I love all of you so much. Please keep supporting. And yes, we'll do dinner. Anything. If you guys come to Japan, hit me up. Like we'll do dinner. We'll hang out. We'll just I'll go to some lives with you. Let's go have some beers. You drink. Yeah, love you guys to death. And this is why I do all this. And I'm glad to see all of you guys. And hopefully you guys are doing good. Hopefully you guys are safe. Your families are good. I give you all love and blessing from here in Tokyo, and I really hope that you guys continue to support Underworld, continue to support what I'm doing. Really got to knock this one out of the park, though. This is a we got to get everybody. You guys know, get your moms, your grandmas to buy this stock because I really want everybody to see this amazing journey that it's been. And if it goes well, I got a lot more stuff planned for this year next, a lot, and it's even bigger. So, but this is the starting point. The doc's got to work in order to set the boundary, the base for what I have next, which is going to be pretty crazy. So, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great night, and yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. So, love you guys, and I'm gonna end the stream. And if you guys like this, hit me up on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon account. That would be really helpful if you did. I could really use the support. If you guys want to do anything like support even more, hit me up. There's a lot you guys can do from where you're at, trust me. But even just tuning in, that's so much support. You guys all stay safe. Don't forget to wear your masks out in public. If you believe in that sort of thing, I don't want to get into discussion politically if you don't, but just be careful, be safe. And yeah, I'm here if you guys need anything. If you have any more questions, just hit me up. For the Patreon guys, the AMA is for that. You send me up some questions for that. I'll be getting an AMA on my Patreon as well. Although I might just do a live stream. This is kind of fun. So it's good to see all the chatting. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good one. Bye bye.